Alrighty, howdy y'all. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day. Today we got, I almost said chest. Today we got back, biceps, and forearms. And yeah, we're nearing, I don't know if I said it in the last video. I probably forgot, but maybe not. 13 days left here in Australia, less than 2 weeks. It is flying by. Now, with that being said, I do have some things that I want to talk about in terms of uploading. I will be going camping this coming Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So I will not be able to upload or do my arm day Saturday. So Friday is going to be the last day of working out of this week, which means I will be ending on chest, back, and shoulders. And then when I get back on Monday, I'll still have time to go to the gym, so that'll be all as normal. But then that next week, which is our last week here, I will be going to Sydney on Friday. So that means I won't be able to work or do arms again on Saturday, but instead I'll do arms on that Friday. That way I can kind of, even it out with not doing them this coming Saturday. So instead of that being chest, back, and shoulders, it will end up being arms on the next Friday. So with that being said, as well, along with all that, and I'll probably reiterate this once it's closer to, when we head back, so that week, so next Friday will be the last day I work out and record. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So like so about 10 days or 9 days-ish, I'm not going to be going to the gym because I will be in Sydney Saturday, or the rest of that next Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And then we leave Tuesday morning. We get back in the States Tuesday because of time changes. And then it's going to be like a day of accumulation, probably to make up for jet lag. And then it's going to be Thanksgiving. And then I have my 4 years. We're celebrating my 4 years in person with my girlfriend because I was here when our 4 years happened. So that Friday I'll be doing that. And then Saturday I have another event. And then Sunday, we're actually going down to our home at our university in America, and because me and my buddy just purchased a home, and we got to go down there, clean it up, and get it ready. So once that next Monday when I get back, I'll be able to start going to the gym in my hometown and recording again. So it's going to be about 9 days without videos, and I can't really do much about that. So hope you all are okay with that. But yeah, besides that, I'm going to go in. Probably going to do those single arm pull downs again. But we'll see how I'm feeling once I get there. Got to fill up the pre with the good old Rise Sour Blue Raz. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get in the gym and get started from there. Alright, well, I just had a crazy novel thought. Maybe the reason why my videos don't look like they are in the best quality is because I'm recording a lot of my clips in 0.6. That way the camera angle looks better. I just thought about that, and that honestly may be the reason why it doesn't look as good. Like, my videos are grainy, but like other videos I take in one time aren't. So that might be the reason. So we're going to try out not having it in 0.6 next time. It just makes it a little harder to get the entirety of what I want captured when I'm just doing it in one times, because I record with my phone sideways, so then a lot of times it doesn't get like the height scale of things. But we'll just have to see how it goes. Cable lat pull downs been pretty good. I think next time I might spice it up, might actually use the wider bar, because as much as I really like that hooked grip bar, it's kind of like, I really want to work on the wideness of my lats, I suppose, so I want it to be a lot more focused there. I think I kind of assist with my biceps a little too much with that grip, and it's not that I want to stop using that grip, but I think switching it up a little bit more or varietizing it would be better. So maybe every other back day I use that grip, and then the other one I use the wider grip. But moving on, like I said, I want to be not spicing up, but switching workouts based on the muscle group for most things. I know, like for even this, I just do forearms at the end, and that's got its whole reason to it, and I'm not even going to try and explain my thought process on that, because I mean, it may just seem dumb, but I mean, I'm working forearms the entire time, and I don't want them tired for all my other lifts, so I don't do them till last or whatever. But we started with the dumbbell preacher curls for biceps today, using 16 kilos, and it went pretty well. As you can see, I think I got 6 reps for each arm. We're about to see here with the arrow. That's good though. I want to be starting with about 6 reps at this point. I think that's 6 for 16. That's good. I think next time I'm going to be whenever I do them next, I'm going to be starting with 16 as well. I'm really happy with the progression there. I was a little worried at first because I felt like I was fluctuating a lot, but it seems like it's going pretty well now. And then going back, going back to doing the single arm lat pull downs again on just the cable, because I really liked doing them last time. I still think next back bicep and forearm day, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna go back to doing the underhand pull downs, and then like I said, that wider grip lat pull down. But regardless, these were feeling really good. These are, again, they're way better than I remember them being. They went really well. I'm pulling more weight than I used to in the past for them, so that's always nice. I think these are an underrated exercise. I feel like I don't see it all that much. Obviously, it's like you don't need to do it. I mean, that's fine. Again, do what you want to do. And there's plenty of other back workouts that do the same thing or work just as well. But I think if you haven't tried these, give them a try, because I think it's one of those workouts that may be like a really like it, really hate it, or like you just think it's kind of useless because there's other workouts that do the same thing, possibly better. I still think it's a good variation to throw in every once in a while. And now see, here I believe I have my camera at just the normal zoomed in, and I think the quality is a bit better than when it's at 0.6, so that I do think that's the reason why. I don't know why it took me so long to even think about that, because I know in the past I've talked about the video quality being a little meh for some of the clips, but now I think I know why. I was saying it was the lighting, but my phone can usually handle lighting pretty well, so I don't know. But for the next bicep workout, we got dumbbell hammer curls, and I've been liking these a lot. I like them more than the standing ones for sure. I started a bit heavier here with 14 kilos, and as you can see by my facial expression, I don't know that I'm too happy with the reps I was getting. I think I was hoping for a little bit more. This one definitely has one of those kind of roadblock end moments where, like, once you get to where once your muscles get like tired after the first few reps, like the next rep, it's not like it's harder, it's just like, whoa, I can't do this anymore. So, but I really like these a lot. I think next time, however, for biceps, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit, at least on the back and bicep day. Also, really just quick note, my shoulder's coming off here. I try not to have my shoulder come off too much when I'm doing these. I didn't even realize that it was, so I'm glad I'm watching it back so I can kind of keep an eye on that for next time. As you can see, I didn't even get an even amount of reps the first time with 14, so I did end up having to drop the weight, excuse me. But yeah, I think I'm going to varietize the bicep workouts a little more next time. I might do some easy bar curls to start out. I don't know. We'll see. You guys will hear in the next back bicep 4-hour day what I do end up doing. But so moving on, the easy bar was not available because someone wanted to use the preacher curl area after me, which again, after I'm done, I usually go off the workout. Unless it's a really empty gym, I go off of it to see if anyone needs it, and if no one goes on it for like a minute or two, I hop back on it, because there's only one of them, and I want to be fair to others, because there's other workouts I can do that are just as good. So I ended up doing reverse cable curls. Those went really well. I wish they had a longer straight bar, because they have a curved bar that you've seen me use for the overhead tricep extensions that I really like, but the place where it connects to the cable, where it hooks onto the carabiner, it like rotates, so it's not as good for these. I don't know, it's kind of funky, it doesn't work that well, so I end up using the straight bar, but the straight bar is like that long-ish, I think, roughly, and if it was just a little bit longer, it'd be perfect. And I know there are some that are a little longer that have handles that I guess I should probably look at. I didn't really think about it, but I also think they're a bit like wonky, but I don't know. And then of course the least interesting part of the workout, the good old lightweight wrist curls. I still think these are going well. I think that my thumb is pretty much fully healed now, and I think that my wrist is still uncomfortable. It's not now, I don't have pain just in like every day, but if I do like heavy wrist curls, I can definitely feel a bit of pain here. I don't really know what's wrong with it still. It like kind of clicks and whatnot. So, I wear a little like here. I wear this at night usually, just a little brace on my hand so that at night at least I'm not like moving it at all and it can stay in a position to be healed. But I don't know exactly what I need to do or what is wrong with it, so we're just going to keep an eye on it. Try not to push it too hard, and if it gets worse or whatnot, maybe I'll have to go into the doctor again once I'm home in America, see what they have to say about it. But regardless, moving on to posing. Now this posing session's, also if you can't tell, I got a little bit sunburned right in between my chest and under my chest and a little spot on my back. I was at the beach that day. Again, I am behind. I'm getting caught up. I'm really close. I'm only 2 videos behind now, and I was like 3 videos behind before. So I think actually this is kind of like weird inception, but after this video I'm recording another one, and then I'll only be behind 2 videos, or 1 technically, but then I'm recording another one today. You know what, never mind. Anyways, posing really good, besides the sunburn throwing it off a little bit. Just really working on that mind muscle connection, you know, like there'll be times where I'm just sitting editing a video and I'll kind of just be flexing my muscles to work on the mind muscle connection. That's a really big part with the posing. Like obviously you got to learn how to do the poses correctly, and everyone can flex muscles and whatever, but the more mind muscle connection you have with those muscles, the better you are going to be at controlling your posing and like really bringing out those small little details that elevate your posing to a whole new level. So that's another reason why you can like use wrist wraps or like chalk or whatever, because if you want to take like, if I'm doing underhand pull downs and I don't have a wrist wrap on, I'm focusing on holding, I'm focusing on like my forearm flexing to, you know, squeeze my fist, and then I'm also focusing on my lat. But if I have the wrist wrap on, I don't have to focus as much on holding whatever, and I can direct all of my focus into my lat when I'm doing it. So that's another reason why like wrist wraps and whatever are cool to use for some workouts, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't use them as often as I used to. Obviously, it kind of hurts to have it on with my wrist hurting, but I still like highly recommend it. If you don't have wrist wraps, you should definitely buy some. So that's just me. But and yeah, posing's going pretty good. I'm happy with how wide my lats are looking. I'm excited to see. I definitely think my mid back could use a little bit more definition, but again, I have like my chest, back, and shoulder day is more mid upper back focus. So I think also just with cutting, it's gonna start appearing a bit more. And as always, I got cardio for you guys, and I'll see you back at the apartment for the last day of vacation talk. Alrighty, back at the apartment, and it is the last day of my discussion of my vacation. I got something on my tongue. With my buddy and his family. Basically, we woke up. We are now around Bondi Beach in Sydney, and beginning of the day, we kind of just go walk around. We kind of look over Bondi Beach, and there's also this like ocean, like a man-made swimming pool, but ocean water kind of feeds into it, so like it'll splash over the sides into the pool and whatnot. It's just a neat little thing. But that wasn't the main part, at least not yet. We ended up going back to the Airbnb to get picked up by an Uber to get brought into the Opera House, and we've already been there a lot, and I know it's crazy, but it's like, oh yeah, it's our like 5th or 6th time seeing the Opera House. Maybe a little less than that, maybe 4th or 5th. But his parents hadn't seen it yet, so they went and saw it while me and him got some breakfast because we had not had any since we didn't have any food at the Airbnb. And then we met back up with them kind of near the Opera House, and we did some gift shopping, and I really like getting gifts for people, and I got a bunch of gifts for my family and my girlfriend, and there's still more gifts that I want to get for my friends, and I still have a few more I want to get for my family and my girlfriend. So when we go back into Sydney before we head home to America, that's what I will be doing. I've bought more gifts for others than I have like souvenirs for myself, but again, I just really like getting people gifts. I much rather give gifts than receive them, like genuinely. I know that's like the cliche thing to say because you don't want to seem greedy, but I genuinely like. I don't get me wrong, I like receiving gifts too, but I like giving gifts more than receiving usually. So yeah. Anyways. After the gift shopping, we walked through the park. There's actually like a really nice nature walk, park, garden thing, botanical garden, that's what it is, behind the Opera House, which you never would know it was there because the Opera House kind of just steals the glory regardless. So it's if you are in Sydney or like traveling here, there's a very nice botanical garden that you can walk through that's right behind the Opera House that I highly recommend. It's very pretty. So we walked through that to central Sydney-ish. It's like the main town square where there's a huge fountain. There's this long, like not like super long, but a decently long reflective pool with like a monument in the middle. And we walked around there so his parents could see it. And then we went and ate under the Westfield Tower, which is a huge sky tower observation, like lookout thing. It's really high up. And I believe it's the tallest building in central Sydney, with a grain of salt. I don't know for sure if that's true. But we went there, we ate, and I got sushi, and it wasn't that good, unfortunately. I always like, I used to like sushi a lot more than I do now. And whenever I feel like I'm in the mood for sushi, I'll get it, and then I just end up not liking it. So now I just know that even when I'm in the mood for sushi, I'm not usually in the mood for sushi. So we went up the tower, so they were able to see like all over Sydney. It was very beautiful, very like we've already been up there, of course. That was our third time being up there, and it's just still really cool to look over all of Sydney and whatnot. Excuse me, I'm yawning a bit in this video. And after the tower, we headed down back to the street level. Yeah. And went to this one building that kind of had a cool interior. It wasn't like anything too crazy. It was just kind of a neat little interior. It had some cool looking clocks, which I think I got pictures of those, so those will be up there. And then I'm trying to think of what else. After that, I think we just went back to the Airbnb. Oh, that's right. We went back to the Airbnb, and we ended up going swimming in those kind of pools that were there. And I did some they were only lap pools, but I did laps for like an hour while my buddy and his family just kind of sat with their feet in the water, and we all talked and whatnot. And it was nice to get some cardio in since it had been, like 10 days since I had lifted or done any sort of cardio. So that was fun. And after that, we went back to the Airbnb, changed, dried off, and then we went and got some dinner. Well, dinner-ish. It was like a late lunch more. And after that, we went back to the Airbnb, packed up. Me and my buddy got an Uber to the train station. We came on back to the university. And yeah, that was the end of our trip with his parents. It was a lot of fun. I know I made it seem really short almost with the videos that I did discuss about it, and the days like discussing them did kind of go by fast. But like we saw so much, and it was so awesome. And I'm so thankful for his parents for paying for a lot of that stuff and taking me and him on that amazing journey. Of course, they're going to take him on because he's their kid, but it's also taking me on the journey. It was awesome, very beautiful. So yeah, end of the vacation talk. So going back to kind of the normal, just talk about whatever after the videos after this. So yeah, but besides that, as always, I hope you all enjoyed, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.